from New York to Tennessee when I was in middle school, and one of my siblings had a really hard time with the adjustment, and he was sort of a quiet child and a little bit socially awkward, and he just had a really difficult time transitioning. He was the kid who sat alone for lunch. He was never selected for any of the parties or sports events. He really had one friend, and it just broke my heart. And so I kind of learned from my own experiences that sometimes you just need somebody to stand up for you. You need somebody to make you feel at home. That same thinking is what Be the Voice is about, and that it just sometimes takes one person to intervene, to say something nice, to be supportive, to change somebody's life. We've seen it happen all 3 years that we have run this campaign. At the end of the campaign, we have something called the Very Important Voice Recognition, where a principal or peers in the school select students who have made a difference in the role of bystander, and we've heard just wonderful stories. It's little acts of kindness, random acts of kindness that can truly change a child's life.
Well, and I think the thing that really excites me is that it is peer-to-peer driven, and that's one of the things when Debbie and I were researching this so in-depthly before we launched it is we were finding that almost all of them were implemented by administrators or parents, principals, teachers, and they had to do all this, barking down orders and things to the children. And by making it peer-to-peer program, it puts a little bit of that pressure on them. Hey, we're watching you, I got my eyes, that's not cool. We just saw that video today. And we've had that happen in several cases where somebody saw an actual video on the Be the Voice presentation and they actually implemented it that day in something that they saw going on in the school. So that was really cool when we hear those kind of stories. And it's been life-changing. We've had a lot of parents come to us and say, hey, you've changed the trajectory of my child's life in such a positive way. So those are some of the things that have just been really special to us.
We are in 17 schools as of this year, and we started out in 8, and then we were in 12, and now we're in 17. As far as Thomasville, Georgia, we have 2 schools, and we're growing up into northern Georgia and into southern Georgia some now. We've got schools that are considering bringing us on this fall.
Rather than just having the weekly video show up on the screen, we thought, we need to make this inclusive of the whole school. And how can we do that? Because the videos themselves that we're showing aren't from the students. They're not created by the students there at the school. And Debbie had this great idea. She goes, wait a minute, let's do an introduction. Let's have the cheerleaders. Let's have the ROTC. Let's have the football players. Let's have all these different clubs getting up there and saying, hey, don't be a bystander, be the voice. But it really does kind of show that it involves the entire school.
So there are many avenues in which you can do this. If your school has sponsors already, business sponsors or corporate partners, this is a program that's very simple to implement. It's basically a turnkey program, and all it takes is just somebody to sponsor the school through a monetary donation. It could be 2 or 3 sponsors perhaps. You could look out into your community, churches, Kiwanis, Rotary clubs. They're all looking for ways to make a difference and to impact the community.
And we are now a 501c3, and we're not in a huge rush to take it nationwide. It would be nice to have it get to that point someday, but really focusing on the success. We're changing lives one child at a time, and that's what's important.